Hello, everybody. We are officially live. Going to be doing a price prediction for Ethereum Classic today. And we're going to be looking at the chart. We're also going to be looking at some interesting news pieces. As far as Ethereum's price performance here, we can see that Ethereum Classic, and let me not say Ethereum Classic, this is an Ethereum Classic price prediction. Ticker is ETC, currently breaking above $40, which is crazy because $40 was basically, where it was really at, let's say, but this peak aside, right, this is really where it was consolidating for a long time. So this is a big deal, right? This is literally bringing us back in a range that we're in the bull market, and there's very few coins that have this strength right now, right? We've seen many altcoins do good, potentially pump, recover a bit, etc., 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 but there are very few coins that are back to where they were during the bull market. So this is a big deal, and this cannot be underplayed here. As far as its actual 7-day price performance, we are literally the top mover in the top 100. This is actually one of the best performers in the crypto market as a whole. So Ethereum Classic is up 75% in the last 7 days. In the last 24 hours alone, it's up 40%, and in the last hour it's up 2.5%. So the pump is not stopping. We're in a full-on breakout mode. And if I go ahead and refresh here, that comparing that to Bitcoin is down a bit in the last hour. Even Ethereum is, and you can see how much Ethereum Classic is outperforming, first off, Bitcoin, right? More traditional proof of work asset, but even Ethereum, right? Ethereum up 12% in the last 7 days, and we're at over 70% for Ethereum Classic. So this is a very, very big deal. Ethereum Classic is now in the top 20 based on a market cap of $5.5 billion. And now we're going to be talking a little bit about what could be happening ahead here. So I'm extremely bullish on Ethereum Classic. I have been for a very long time. I also want to point out that this is a coin that's up tremendously since its all-time low, right? So basically, since its launch price, it has increased substantially. Why am I pointing this out specifically? Well, we have a lot of coins that have either gone bust over the years or have gone up and down but have never really withstood their gains, right? This is a coin that has held its gains. It's up over 6,500% in the last 6 years basically, and this is only the beginning in my opinion, right? We saw it be one of the best outperformers in this previous bull market, right, where we actually reached a impressive price of $175. Now, if we go ahead and calculate how much that price gain was, right, from some of the lows there, we moved 2,000% in literally, right, about 70 days. So let's call it in basically 2 months, we moved 2,000%. That's almost 1,000% a month. During the bull market for Ethereum Classic, there's not many coins that have done that, and I think that on this next bull market we could see an even stronger price move. Now, we have a lot of interesting stuff going on with the chart. We basically taking from this downtrend line over here, right, we're reaching some levels where we're really toying with the downtrend line here. So will we break it or not just yet? It's hard to say. I think we actually have a pretty decent chance of breaking above it on this attempt here. If not, right, we might pull back towards $28, and then I think we're gonna remake an attempt towards this this purple downtrending line. Other than that, we were very bullish on all the indicators, right? We have lot of strength on the histogram. We can see this uptrending even higher now. This is these little green lines over here. We have tremendous buying volume at several different areas even throughout this downtrend, and you can see that over here specifically, right? This is not just a spike in buying volume, but we have basically an uptrend pretty much in buying volume as well here, right? That's directly in line with the uptrend that we're seeing in price. So very steep uptrend, which is why we could see a bit of a pullback here. But you know, this is a very strong coin where seeing it move to $45 or $50 before seeing a pullback could also be very feasible. And as far as the RSI is concerned, we are overbought, but keep in mind we are in a breakout right now. You know, we broke out above the 200-day moving average, which really caused a huge jump, right? The move above the 200-day moving average caused a 50% pump, and that's why we're overbought on the RSI, technically speaking. But also, right, as we're moving into the bull market and recovering the uptrend, being overbought is not a bad thing, right? That can mean that we're holding the strength. And in fact, if you look back here during this entire run up, look at how many times we were overbought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times we were heavily overbought, right? Ultimately reaching 95 on the RSI, which is about as high as you go. And that is ultimately when we reach the peak. So you can expect something pretty similar here for this move right here. This could really be one of the more first overbought levels, right? So really what I mean is the beginning of the uptrend, if not one of these levels back here, right before we really even start heading into the real uptrend. So the amount of upside potential is ridiculous for ETC. Hence the title of this video, $1,000 for Ethereum Classic, $1,500 for ETC. Why could this happen? Well, first off, right, my previous price targets were around $500 for Ethereum Classic. If we look at what we did on the previous move in the previous bull market, right, $175, you know, that would mean that we wouldn't have to go much further than that to reach the $500 price target. I think that that's not very that doesn't make much sense, right? Because just looking at the strength of Ethereum, and by the way, I think that you should not, if you like ETC, you shouldn't be scared of Ethereum in any type of way. There shouldn't be a war between the two going on because they serve somewhat different purposes, right? Ethereum is moving to proof of stake. Ethereum Classic will always be proof of work. That's for one. And second of all, right, as they grow, these are really two coins that have been growing together and have also been bullish at the same time together. So as Ethereum does good, right, as we've seen in the last 24 hours, 7 days, Ethereum Classic, right, since it is after all, you know, the main chain of Ethereum, the original chain, I should say, it's been performing extremely well also. So as you can see, even here, right, it's not like they've eaten into each other. They've been performing in tandem very well. And moving forward, right, this could continue to be the case where Ethereum Classic really is almost a leveraged version of Ethereum, especially considering that it's a much smaller market cap than Ethereum, right? Ethereum is at $200 billion. We're only at 5.5 billion on Ethereum Classic. So when you look at it like that, right, does Ethereum 10xing look that hard? Not really, right? That would bring it up to $400. How about you know, 20xing, right? So $100 billion market cap for Ethereum Classic, that would be $1,000 for Ethereum Classic. Not that hard, right? Seems pretty doable to me. Of course, right, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. Now, can we in the next 6 months potentially see that 10x? I think that's very possible. How about in the next 2 to 3 years? Well, next 2 to 3 years, that gives us more time. We're looking more at a potential, you know, move up until the higher market cap level. So 20x, is 20x possible for ETC? You know, absolutely feasible. Now, that would bring the price, you know, basically almost to $1,000. And of course, looking more towards the next 5 years out to the next 10 years, right? Looking out a decade, is $1,500 feasible? Absolutely, right? At that point, when you look at the bigger time frame, you look at everything that Ethereum Classic has to offer, which is a programmable proof of work chain, one of the only ones of its kind in the original chain of Ethereum. I think that it is not you know, reaching and overstretching it to think that we can reach 1,500 in the next decade. Now, other bits of interesting news. First off, Ethereum Classic is now one of the biggest movers in crypto and has been in the last 2 weeks, right? It's actually nearing a 10-week high. That's a huge deal, especially considering that there's not many coins that are doing that, even with the recent pump. Ethereum Classic over 100 24% gain in the last 2 weeks. In fact, let's take a look at exactly how much we moved higher from that peak low here on this bear market. 234% now. So that's literally almost double than this news piece right here, which was 13 hours ago. So just realize how much this coin is pumping, how much it's breaking out. It's ridiculous. Okay, this is a true breakout. Okay, and we're not even above our, actually shouldn't speak too soon with how much it's breaking out. We are now above its sorry, we are not just not, we tested it, right? We got a little bit above it, but we didn't hold above the downtrend line. However, right, we haven't broken above that yet. So like I said, right, could we pull back to 30 bucks or so? Absolutely. Then move back higher. Yes, that is actually probably what's going to happen. But with that being said, right, you need to consider we pumped 50% literally just in the last 2 days. So you know, a pullback wouldn't be surprising, but our overall, you know, reversal is still intact, right? We're still fully reversing, still looking extremely bullish here. So I like everything that's going on in terms of the fundamentals and the technicals here for Ethereum Classic. We also saw a spike in hash rate, which is very bullish. This is Ethereum miners coming over to you know, what's going to be the main proof of work version of Ethereum as the merge comes up, right? Which the merge is coming very soon, and a lot of money, a lot of miners are going to move over to Ethereum Classic when that happens. We're already seeing that happen live. Also going to point out the amount of liquidations in terms of shorts for Ether, meaning there's a short squeeze going on in Ethereum. And like I said, right, Ethereum Classic has, if anything, even more shorts, right? Even more people against it. So when it turns bullish, when it breaks out, it causes even more of a short squeeze than Ethereum and many other coins out there. We also saw Vitalik Buterin actually, you know, you might say supporting Ethereum Classic in a way, right? Or at least saying that he's not against it in any type of way. He actually said, if you like proof of work, use Ethereum Classic. Now, of course, he's moving Ethereum over to proof of stake, but he did say, you know, that Ethereum Classic is a fine chain, as he described it, I believe, right? So this is a big deal, right? He said right here in his speech, if you like proof of work, you should use Ethereum Classic, which is totally a fine chain. And that is a very big deal, especially considering that the merge is planned for September. You know, think about how much support Ethereum Classic is getting from not only the miners who will be moving over, but now even Vitalik Buterin, you know, not being against it, and many funds such as Grayscale that have large positions in Ethereum Classic. These are all extremely bullish signs for Ethereum Classic long term. And guess what also happened in very similar timing? Antpool, which is, you know, the owners of Bitmain, biggest mining company in the world, creating the Antminer products. Well, guess what? They added $10 million for backing of Ethereum Classic mining. So they're supporting the Ethereum Classic ecosystem. This is once again a huge vote of confidence for ETC. We can see another article here about Vitalik Buterin's endorsement for ETC. I don't know if that's the right word, but regardless, right, we saw the price rebound. So, you know, this article is a little bit more cautious, maybe a little bit more bearish, where they're saying it looks eerily similar to the bull trap event from 2021. What is that referring to, right? Let's go back to 2021. He's referring to this bull market right here. I personally don't agree with this article, right? I don't think that this was a bull trap. That's not how I would describe it as. Why am I not describing it as a bull trap? Well, because this is, you know, what we saw with Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? Which is a breakout past the previous all-time highs, except that we did not pull back lower than, you know, the previous highs during the consolidation period over here, right? I'm sorry if this is a bit complicated to understand, but if we look, okay, we didn't come all the way back down to $2.50 or anything like that, right? $3. Our peak low was right around, let's see, right around, you know, let's call it $12 to $10. And after that, right, we actually saw a very strong recovery. So we're still overall, right, in a literal uptrend in the longer term for Ethereum Classic. And this is kind of showing us that this is one of the coins that's really succeeding over time, right? We see many altcoins kind of fail as the years go on, go bust, disappear, etc., etc. This is a coin that is consistently putting in new highs on the bear market, as can be seen over here, right? Where we moved substantially higher than the previous time. In fact, we put in a high of 261% above the previous all-time high, right, on this most recent bull market. If we go ahead and compare that to Ethereum, let's go ahead and see what that difference was, because that gives us some really good insight. Okay, Ethereum did 245%. If we look over to Bitcoin actually did quite good also. So let's go ahead and see what that was looking like. Pretty similar. So what we're seeing, make sure to smash that like button. You see my ugly likes there. What we're seeing is that Ethereum Classic is performing literally just as good, right, if not a little bit better than Bitcoin and Ethereum on the bull markets, right? And yes, its pullbacks are quite sharp, but that also leads to those big gains as well. And I think Ethereum Classic is actually going to be a coin that starts to see a decrease in volatility. Now, for the time being, I do expect a lot of volatility, right? Both massive spikes and massive pullbacks. But looking more towards the next 2 to 5 years, moving into the next decade, right? What's really going to happen? Well, we're going to see more money come into it, more funds that are not going to sell Ethereum Classic. We're going to see huge amounts of miners supporting the network, which could also stabilize the price as well as they hold on to some of their holdings. And what that can mean is that we're going to start to see the price hold up more instead of seeing these big 90% drops like we saw here. Okay. Now, for the time being, these 90% drops are actually a bit of a blessing, as in they're a big opportunity to get Ethereum Classic at a huge discount, right? And the discount is not as big as it was a few weeks ago, since we already bounced over 200% here. So keep in mind, right? This is a coin that is very much the type of coin that you want a dollar cost average in over time. Why is that? Well, it's not ideal to buy it on the big pumps, right? Like back here, right? If you had bought it, you would have to have waited a long time. However, if you were dollar cost averaging, buying all over, especially more in this area right here, and then more while we're having our pullback right here, you'd be in a very nice position right now, right? I mean, back here, you were able to accumulate right around $3 Ethereum Classic prices. So that's a huge deal. And that shows you the power of dollar cost averaging, and also the ability to hopefully, right, avoid, going in huge amount while we're on a peak, right? Because that's not what you want to do on a type of coin like this. Like I said, long term, probably going to see a lot of stability come into Ethereum Classic, but for the time being, we're waiting this to play out. We still have about, from the current price, 350% gain back to the all-time high. And this is a very much going to be a very explosive mover to the upside. I'm also responding to a comment in the comment section. Make sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. We're reaching a peak on the stream, 27 live viewers. Thank you so much, everyone. We're covering Ethereum Classic. The video will be re-uploaded, of course, after the live stream if you want to re-watch it. If you missed the beginning, just responding to a comment, will it hit $50 soon? Like I said, right, we could see a pullback to $30 to $28 before reaching $50, but just as easily right now we could reach $45 to $50 before pulling back. So it's either or, but are we going to reach $50? I'm pretty much considering it almost guaranteed, in my opinion. And once again, none of this is financial advice. With that being said, if you're enjoying this live stream, please make sure to hit that like button. If you have any questions for me, leave them down in the comment section below. Make sure to drop a super chat if you want to support the stream. And as we're paying attention to what's happening here with Ethereum Classic, right, what I was saying is this is a very aggressive mover, right? You can see this by how strong, explosive, and impulsive this move was right here, right? 1,500% in literally basically a month. We could see this pattern repeat at any time, right? So it might take a little bit longer. Like we said, we still do have this little downtrend line right here, still, annoying us. But okay, this is not something that you know, is the end of the world to deal with, right? Because like I said, these moves, when we do get the breakouts, are extremely aggressive and can be multi 100% moves within a matter of days. Okay, so with that being said, if we look at the actual you know, potential future breakout, like I said, 350% back to that $180 level, but even looking a little bit higher than that, right? And unfortunately, these charts are kind of annoying sometimes with Ethereum, sorry, not Ethereum Classic specifically, but with TradingView, I have trouble like zooming out enough or as much as I want to, but you can see here, right, just how much room we have ahead just to reach $500 after breaking out above the previous all-time high, right? It could be very, very strong and a very sharp breakout, and I honestly am very confident that it will be. Now, looking at some of the comments, we've got someone saying that he got liquidated, I believe, on Ethereum Classic. I'm not sure. Of course, this is a live stream, so we have a lot of viewers coming in just from searching for the coin. So I'm sorry to hear that you got liquidated. Nothing that I say is financial advice. He said that he went long at 41.50 and he got liquidated at 35.5. I have no idea what the context of the trade is when he entered that position. Please be very careful when leverage trading. You know, the higher the leverage, the higher the risk, and you do need to be very careful depending on the coin that you're trading, right? It's potentially less risky to use higher leverage on Bitcoin because it moves more stably, right? With altcoins, especially something like Ethereum Classic, some of these smaller altcoins, the volatility tends to be insane, right? So you can be getting liquidated like that. You know, some of these coins tend to also be targeted by price pumps or price dumps. So you need to be very, very careful out there. But with that being said, we're going to wrap up this video. There's not that much more to talk about. Make sure to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates. Also check out my technical analysis master course. It's extremely cheap and comes with 30-day money back guarantee. But with that being said, we're going to be continuing to update you on this channel with everything that's happening with Ethereum Classic. Still performing well here, just under $40. Don't be surprised or scared if we see a pullback down to $30 or even $28, right? That's still all within the plan of, you know, what's going to be eventually breaking out of this downtrend line and seeing a huge move higher. In fact, you know, if we can get back to some of the lower prices, that's an even better buying opportunity in my opinion. I might even scoop some up myself. I'm going to force myself to hold off on buying some on this huge pump right here. Not that I think that $40 is a bad price at all, but if I can get a little bit lower, why not? That might mean that I might miss out on a huge move, though. That is very possible. So be it if that's the case. But very bullish on Ethereum Classic. Hopefully you all found this video useful, helpful in some type of way, and appreciated my insight. Please make sure to subscribe, leave a like on this video. Let me know if you have any comments down in the comment section below, and turn on those bell notifications to never miss my videos, to never miss my live streams. And that's about it for today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with us on the stream. This is a price prediction like any other, just that I did it in the live stream format. It's a bit more fun. It's a bit easier to make. And with that being said, I'll see you soon. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone. See you soon.